Hey Flosstube, Ashley here, Boogie Stitcher on YouTube, Shleezum_Boogie Stitcher on Instagram, coming to you guys with another weekly update. Let's see if we can do this video. The kiddo seems to have other plans, but here we are. So we have two new starts, but we do have some progress on some of those like 12 or 13 projects that I am deeming as like my need to focus on projects. So there is that too. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and just dive right in. The first pattern that I want to show didn't get too much progress, but it got about 50, 60 stitches, which isn't a lot, I know, but for me, whatever I can do. I've been really tired this last week, so progress hasn't really been the greatest, but this one is the possum, which is right here. It's called Possum Song by Mama Witch Stitch. Super cute pattern, but yeah, I've really only been stitching at night lately. Hi, honey. So here is the whole thing, and all I did this time is the stick. Yay, I did like a stick, woo! I am missing one color on this that I need right now. So it was kind of frustrating. I did the stick and then I needed to fill in like all the flowers around or leaves around it, and I didn't have that one color. So I'm either going to go purchase the color, if I can remember, next time I'm at the craft store, or I'm just gonna substitute the color for something else, which I have done in the past on some of my other projects. So yeah, kind of frustrating. And when I don't have a color for something that I really want or need, I tend to be kind of put off. So, and I was stitching this at night on black fabric with a book light. So it was just kind of all of the scenarios. I didn't get much progress on it, or at least not as much as I wanted. So there is that. Next up we have Gamer. As I get it out, there's so many part threads on this one, so it looks a mess, but it's an organized mess for me. So here is this one. I absolutely love this pattern. Everything about it, yeah, it's doing good. I do want to say though that these stars in the background on the stamped kit are not really looking like stars, so I did do some improvising. And I changed some of them to look like stars, and I just moved the frame on this. So here we are. So I filled in all of this part right here. I filled in a bunch of ninja stitches around here and over by her ear, which of course you can't see because now the hoop is totally in the way. But I did change some of these to look like stars. So some of them were just a little bit like blobby, like that's like a random square instead of a star. That's not a star shape. So I'm just trying to kind of make them all look like this, or at least mini versions of that, so it looks like stars instead of just blobs. That's probably because this is a stamped kit and it is what it is, but that's okay. But here is the whole thing. So like I said, just trying to fill in the rest of here to here, and then I will move down, and I'm not sure if I'm then going to stitch over here or finish her face or fill in this little section right here. I don't know, but we're getting some progress on this. I think I've stitched about 500 stitches on it since I last showed it last week. So not too bad. I really like it. And yeah, but look at all the hanging threads. It's like a mess. I have thought about like going through and just stitching in all of the hanging threads because there's so many of them right now, but for now it's fine until it like drives me any more batty, and then I might change it. But there is that one. And next up we have a new start. Forest Embroidery released Pumpkin Porridge, I believe is the name of it. And let me show the picture. Get back to the top. It's like 3 witches around a cauldron, and it's gorgeous. So there's the pattern. And I got started on this one This is on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed myself to be kind of like a smoky looking, I don't know, color. But here's what I've gotten to. And I'm stitching 2-strand full cross on this one. And I just started this like a couple days ago. So of course, not very much progress, but I am totally feeling the like Halloween-y fall type patterns right now. So there is that. Next up, we have Hudson and Grace from the Crave Series. This one, last time I showed you guys, I had just finished like all of the hair, and now I'm working on his cape. So here is where we are. I basically stitched all of this section, or most of this section, since last time I showed it. Still absolutely love it. And I actually Crave, which is so funny story. The book series is the Crave series, and I Crave working on this. So I do crave working on this, and if I haven't worked on it in a couple of days, then I do feel like I need to pull it out. And if I don't feel like working on confetti, I still have so much black to stitch on this that I'm just stitching kind of black right now until I feel like getting out my binder of like my whole stash and just working through all of it until one day I can get this fully kitted up. But there are so many confetti colors that only have like 20 stitches in it, and so I just sometimes mentally I just don't feel like doing that. So right now I'm just stitching black. So here's the whole thing, and just black heaven right now, which is really good. Like I said, this last week I've just been kind of tired, and so that's been really nice. All right, next up we have the Dragonfly Quaker. That is this one right here. This one was pulled up as a prompt this week, so that's why this is being worked out and worked on, pulled out and worked on. This is on 22 count even weave that I hand dyed myself to be like a purplish cloudy blue. Last time I showed you guys, this whole circle wasn't completed. So I completed the circle, the chain circle, and then I started this little raven over here. Now, when I started working on this, I started nodding off and falling asleep. And then when I like awoke from my nod, I realized I had stitched 10 stitches in the wrong spot, which was like pretty much most of the bird. And picking stitches out on 22 count even weave when like the stitches get behind the even weave and like you can't like pick them out and unpick them is so frustrating. So I unpicked them, I stitched it back in, and then this had to go away because I was like, I'm too tired to work on this. There's literally no way this is going to be good for me. So, but I will tell you that I actually converted this to 10 stitch. So I much prefer 10 stitch. It goes way faster, and if I can get away with it on a smaller count, then I totally will. 22 count is really the smallest I can go these days. 28 count seems to be way too small for my eyes. So right here is, sorry, my nails need to be repainted, but whatever. Here is a full cross, and then right here I switched to 10 stitch, and the 10 stitch goes all the way to here. So all of this is 10 stitch, and then this under here is full cross, and you really can't tell. That's one thing I really like about a smaller count fabric. So there is this, looking pretty good. Next up we have Peter Pan. So Peter Pan is a pattern that I have cut up into 12 different sections, and then Sally, Abby, and myself are all stitching each different section, like each section per month. Some months have 2 sections if they're smaller, some have just 1, but Peter Pan looks like this from Soda Stitch. And I'm a little bit behind, so this is the first section, then the second section were these corners, the third section was Captain Hook, and the fourth section was like half of Wendy, and I'm behind. Hi, sweetie, please don't touch anything, okay? I see your cards, very nice. Very cool. Oh yeah, we have a thing about like gift cards. Here you go. Go show the chickens. Go show the chickens, or go shopping. Grab your shopping cart. So this is stitched. It's okay, the doggy's outside, it's fine. This is stitched on 14 count Aida that I hand dyed myself. And again, I'm behind, but I did do this block completely this time and then did the back stitch here, and then stitched and finished Captain Hook. Now I will say I was not happy with the back stitching that was charted on Captain Hook, so I did change his face. His like mustache was supposed to be a little bit further like to the right and left, and then he also had like, I don't know, slashes over his eyes that made it look super wrinkly, and I was like, this is not a good Captain Hook. So I did change his face to my preference, and I am much happier with him. And then so now I just need to do the other 2 corners, and then I need to start on Wendy. So I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting caught up. Each new section comes out on the 1st of every month. Next up, we have another stamped kit that I am working on for the part of the 12 or 13, and that's this one. I didn't do a ton. I'm pretty sure I did this since last time showing you guys. So last time I showed you, I had done all of this and here. This time I was like, well, I'm really feeling her hair. So I came down to start doing the girl's hair. Let's see if you can see it. So this is his face, and this is like her hair, and then this is like her face. So I just kind of filled in all of this right here, which isn't a ton. It's like that. So not too bad, not the worst, but not the greatest stitching progress on that one either. But it has only been a week, so I have to remember that too. Next up, I started a new pattern today. Again, another Owl Forest. They're killing it with all these releases, and they're also killing me with all these releases. So they released a, what is it called? I don't know the name of it. Let me see if I can pull it up on Pattern Keeper to see the name really fast. It's called Black Roses, and that is this one. Now, the image that I saw with this one was I wanted like a light lavender color fabric and maybe like a darker purplish color for the floss. But if you look at her, she does kind of look like Maleficent, like a Maleficent, almost maybe like a Snow White, like Evil Queen too. So I took a piece of fabric that was almost this color, and that's like the only thing that I had to fit like the length of this pattern, and I over dyed it. And the first dye didn't turn out. It was like a smoky greenish color, and I was like, that's not a vibe. So then I dyed it to be this, which still isn't what I had pictured for this pattern. But it still turned out really good. And like I said, I wanted this to be more of like a light, airy pattern. But now it's turned into a dark, evil pattern. So, but I'm kind of liking it. So the Maleficent colors are like dark purple, dark green, and black. Like those are her colors. Maleficent is the evil witch of Sleeping Beauty. And so I used a dark green, which is 500 on this piece of fabric. And I'm surprised that this piece of fabric is actually showing accurately on camera. So that's surprising. But like I said, I just started this today, and this is what it looks like. And I'm kind of happy with it. So I'm just going to keep going with it. Just go with the flow. Yeah. This is on 18 count Aida. I'm using 2 strands full cross on this. It's definitely slow going with the full cross, but totally worth it because there's no way 10 stitch with this count for me and my preferences would look very good. So, but doing pretty good, and I'm stitching on this all day and possibly tomorrow as well. Last up, we have a custom created pattern that Wattobizz cross stitch created for me, Sandy over there. Wattobizz is W-A-T-T-Watto-B-I-Z-Z, I believe. But I'll put her Facebook group linked down below, along with her website linked down below. So this is, let me pull up the pattern for you. like I said, a custom created pattern that she made for me. Yeah, Wattobizz. There we go. And this is the pattern. This is one of the only mermaids that I have. I have one or two more, and that's it. And I really like it. I've put in about 300 stitches on this since last week. And I'm loving it. So I just started trying to fill in all of the hanging threads that I had, which ended up being in here and a lot of in here. A little bit of blues down here, but not a ton. And I really can't wait until I can fully kit this pattern up, because not having all the colors that I need when I need them, again, is like a huge game changer for me. I tend to like get tired of it if I don't have the colors that I want. So anyway, going to continue working on this. I was working on it for Mer Friday, so that's what I was doing. And I also got a couple of auction wins from her Facebook group. She has auctions once a month where you can get some. Oh yeah, very cool. Go show the chickens. Go show those to the chickens. Once a month she does auctions of her stamped cross stitch kits. And so I bid on 2 patterns there and I won both of them. And so those should be coming soon and I cannot wait. I will be doing an unboxing of those as well, because this will be my first stamped kit from her. And I can't wait to show you all what I got. So then I'll have more of her patterns, which is super exciting. So anyway, that is it for this WIP update. I hope you all stay safe, stay warm, and take care. Bye.